all other colleagues, I, Honorable Peter Badegeshin OJEDOKUN, a member representing IBARAPA Central and North State Constituency, the Chairman of Ad-hoc Committee on Local Government and Rural Development, and Chieftain Senator, Report of Ad-hoc Committee that investigates a petition titled Request for Legislative Intervention on the Recent Imbroglio to Akinyele Local Government Legislative Council. Preamble. Pursuant to the directive of the House at a sitting on Tuesday, 18th July 2023, that the Ad-hoc Committee investigate a petition titled Request for Legislative Intervention on Recent Imbroglio to Akinyele Local Government Legislative Council, levied against the Chairman Akinyele Local Government, Mr. Taurid Adedigba Jimo, and report to the House. The committee met with some stakeholders on Wednesday, 26 July 2023, with a view to carrying out proper investigations on the matter and making appropriate recommendation to the House. The committee met with some stakeholders on Wednesday. Dr. D.O.A. Adetoyebi, Head of Local Government Administration, and Messrs. Lamed Adeniyi, M.O. Ladele, and Majaro A.J., Directors, Finance, Director Administration, and Directors, respectively, were also represented at the meeting. Political office holders from Akinyele Local Government that were present at the meeting included Messrs. Taurid A. Jimo, the suspended chairman, Mr. Mustapha A. Latif, Tuji Adeleke, Michael Olufemi A. Olukule Femi M. Lamidi Tafik A. Adedeji Shina G. Jima Olaleye, Akawo Yinka, Odulami Ismail A. Lawal Motiu B. Ojolabi Oluwaseun, and Mrs. Audu Abibat B. Councillors, respectively. Other officers of the Ministry of Local Government that attended the meeting were Messrs. L.H. Arosi and F.G. Azan Akintayo, Director and Deputy Director Local Government Administration, respectively. Interrogation of the stakeholders by the committee. Mr. Michael Olufemi A., Leader of the House, Councillor Ward 7, one of the petitioners, was put on note and fielded questions from the committees. He alleged that since the beginning of their tenure as the legislative councils of the local government, of Akinyele local government, the chairman had never presented the budget of the local government before the legislative council for approval. He also alleged that the sitting allowance of the councillors have not been paid regularly. He further alleged that the chairman sponsored some talks to attack councillors during the sittings. The mace was taken away while some councillors sustained various degrees of wounds. He conclusively informed the ad-hoc committee that the suspended chairman had never presented the report of the income and expenditure of the local government before the Legislative Council of the Akinyele local government since he became the chairman of Akinyele local government. Mr. Taoreed Adedigbajimo, the suspended chairman of Akinyele local government, was put on oath and fielded questions from the committee on series of allegations leveled against him. According to him, the budget for year 2023 was duly forwarded to the leadership of the Legislative Council of the local government under the head of Councillor Mutiu Lawal, while the invitation of the Legislative Council for a formal presentation of the budget estimates was being awaited by the management of the local government. Mr. Taoreed Adedigba informed the committee that the management of the local government was committed to the welfare of the councillors since they came on board. The regular payment of sitting allowance was fundamentally constrained by paucity of funds in the cover of the local government as a result of mega internally generated revenue situations of the local government. He further informed the ad-hoc committee that the Legislative Council at no time requested for the periodic report of income and expenditure of the local government. On the instruction of Legislative Council meeting, he reiterated that he was not privy to any arrangement or action aimed at disrupting the legislative process of the Legislative Council of Akinyele local government at any point in time. Findings and observations. From the interrogations and interactions of stakeholders, the ad-hoc committee findings and observations are as follows. The chairman did not at any time present any budget estimates of the local government before the Legislative Council for consideration and approval. 2. The Legislative Council did not request for any periodic report of income and expenditure of the local government at any point in time. The regular payment of sitting allowance of councillors in the local government was as a result of paucity of funds in the covers of the local government. The sitting of the Legislative Council in Akinyele local government was disrupted on 2 occasions by some thugs, but the sponsors of the hoodlums that perpetrate the act was yet to be established at the time of compiling this report. Recommendations. Arising from the findings of the ad-hoc committee from the interactions and interrogation of the invited stakeholders, the ad-hoc committee hereby recommends for the approval of the House as follows. 1. That Mr. Taoreed Adedigbajimo, the suspended chairman, Akinyele local government, having been exonerated from allegations levied against him, to be reinstated as the chairman with immediate effect. in accordance with the section 42(1) of Local Government Law 2001 as amended, the chairman to always present annual budget of the local government before local government legislative council, and the chairman, Akinyele local government, and chairmen of all local government areas in the state to prioritize payment of sitting allowance of councillors in local governments. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to report